Broadcast is live. We are live. Okay, it's happening.
We are live.
We are live.
It is. Let's share it a couple of places. Do you have your? Want to share it?
Okay, so go to our. How do we do that? Just go to our Facebook and
Hold on.
share that link. Is that what you're
Hold on.
saying?
I'm gonna. No. Don't share. No.
No, don't do
I'm
that.
gonna share it to you. No, don't do that.
Okay.
Just talk for a minute.
Teen, it's so good to see you. You have a jacket on. Is it cold there? Oh no, I can't hear you.
It's on mute. I said no for the aesthetics.
Oh, okay. Because it's hot here. I have the air conditioning on.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. And I have my special earrings on. Can you see them?
Is it the other? Oh, Alyssa. Yeah. Alyssa made these too. Got our Alyssa earrings.
Those are beautiful. I love yours. Can I see yours? Can you go a little closer? Ooh, what does it say? Slay all day. Oh, me want. Awesome. I got up so early this morning. I was so excited about today. And Glenn made an awesome breakfast. He made spam and eggs and coffee and Hawaiian bread. It was so yummy. But then after our breakfast, we both like crashed out. So I woke up like at 9:15 and I was like, I gotta get ready. So that was my morning so far because it's only 10 here. So you guys have had half a day.
So far.
Gosh, we have some people watching.
Yay, people are watching. That's awesome.
Yeah, Song Tree. The jacket is working. Love it, girl. Yes.
Work it, own it.
And we also have Ed Duran.
Yay.
Hello.
I also like your background, Teen.
Thank you.
Is it a blanket or a towel?
It's a blanket. The 8th gen.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You can't see in the detail, but it has a lot of mini hair on it.
Oh. Well, that's why it's good for a background, in the back. How is Minnie?
She's good. She's really good. Yeah, she's good. She's getting older, so I see it, but she's good.
Yeah. Emily and I just became friends on Fitbit.
Oh my gosh, Emily, I'm wearing your earrings.
Oh my gosh, yay, it's meant to be.
I know, right? Emily made my earrings for me and they're freaking amazing. I always get them. So shout out to Emily, Winnie in the chat. And if you need some bad A earrings like this, get in contact with her.
Mm-hmm.
These are not the only pair that I own of custom earrings. We have some awesome individuals in the chat.
Very
awesome. So
cool.
let's explain why we're here today, ladies.
Go ahead, take it away, April.
Okay, Hioho Mitakiape, April Cordova, Machia Malakota, and Taos Pueblo. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is April Cordova. I am half Taos Pueblo from my father. His name, my mama, which is Conquilla. My G or my Ka on my mother's side is Patricia Patty Crow Cordova. And that's who I am. I'm the owner-operator of AC & Associates, and here today with my amazing, strong, funny friends, girlfriends, confidants, and I'll pass it over to Justine so she can introduce herself.
Cool. Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Justine Medina. I am Navajo, Ho-Chunk, and Menominee from my mom's side, and from my dad's side, Mexican. He's from Yucatan, Mexico. I always like to say I was born in Hollywood, just because it's all mixed. So I was born in Hollywood, but I'm a community organizer at California Native Vote Project, and happy to be here today, just to kind of talk and have fun and see friends, especially during this time. And I'll go ahead and pass it over to Jennifer.
Hello, aloha, skugsiade, ganinapchaguk, Jennifer Varanchek. Hello, everyone. My name's Jennifer Varanchek. I'm from the Tonopah Nation, and I'm coming to you live from the occupied Kingdom of Hawaii on the island of Oahu. And I'm happy to be here. I am been looking forward to this for a while. I'm a filmmaker and also a Native consultant, and we're here to just chit chat and catch up, which I'm really excited because I haven't seen Justine in a while. Well, I haven't seen actually either one of you in over more than a year in real life, but virtually I've seen you guys, but not in a while, Justine. The end.
La la la.
La la.
So today we're here, and this has been a long time coming, and we've talked about this for a while. And we were talking about podcasts. We were talking about, and this was like last year. I don't know when, like in October.
Yeah, I
I don't
so.
remember when, but
Summertime.
Yeah, it was like last year. We were talking about having like a podcast and doing all this stuff, and then life happened, and then I was like, hey, let's do this on this platform that I have. So we named it, or this program is called Sissy, Unci and Auntie. So Sissy, a sister, in Unci, which means grandma in Lakota, and aunties, because who doesn't have that auntie that they want to turn to, have fun with, laugh with, and just chit chat. So that's what we're here today. And the topic that we're going to be talking about today is my exes live in Texas. Oh, and prayers to Texas, though. Hopefully, to hear that the president just declared an emergency today. So that was awesome. But I'm going to actually turn it over to Jen, because this is your topic.
Thank you.
Our topic.
My suggestion. My suggestion came out of that recently it was Valentine's Day, and I always love Valentine's Day. And I had a great Valentine's, and I'm in a stable relationship right now, and I'm really grateful for that. Very healthy, and we have great communication, all of that. But every Valentine's Day, for at least a moment, I flash back to this one Valentine's Day way back when there was this guy that I liked, and I thought he liked me, and he asked me out on a date on Valentine's, which I was so excited for. We had been like, I don't know, kind of seeing each other or talking or whatever. I'm not sure what the terminology is, but we had been kind of like in communication, and so he asked me out on a date, which I was so excited for, because I think, as anyone knows, like if you're asked out on a date on Valentine's Day, it's kind of like, it's a thing. So we were going to meet at this particular location, and then we were going to meet at this bar that we always went to. Like everyone in our group, we always hung out at this particular bar. And after that, we were going to decide what we were going to do and where we were going to go, because it was in the middle of town. So like you could walk to like a ton of places. And then we, see how the evening goes. So I decided to go there early because, like I said, we all hung out there. Like that's like, where we would hang. And I went there with some friends, and we were gonna, grab a drink, play some pool or throw some darts or whatever. And then I was gonna go on my date. So I'm sitting there at the bar, and who walks in with his arm around another woman but my date? And he was clearly busted, like clearly, like they were in a moment of like, you know, I don't know what they were doing, but they were very happy about whatever they were just doing. And and I saw them, I watched them, like, you know, across the room, and I was like, this, like, what is going on here? And then eventually he saw that I saw, and we caught eyes across the room, and he immediately like took his arm off of her. And then I didn't know what to do. And the friends that I was with were, I mean, it was just like a movie, you know, the friends are like, Jennifer, what's wrong? And I couldn't even talk. My mouth, I mean, I was just crushed and heartbroken and angry and all of that. And so he, you know, he came walking towards me like, oh no, Jen, it's not whatever. I don't even know, blah, 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 whatever they say. And I was like, no, you don't get to do this to me. And I turned around and I left and I went out the back door. And again, like I said, we were all very familiar with this establishment. We knew all the bartenders, we knew all the staff. So it was almost like a second home, like a central perk for friends, you know what I mean? But it was a bar. Anyways, so I left out the back door and I just, you know, went to my car and I heard him running out after me. Because the door was one of those doors, when you push it, it like it has that bar thing and it makes a lot of noise. So I heard him running after me and he was like, Jennifer. I was like, I kept on going. And then I heard her run after him. And he was like, where are you going? What's going on? And then I turned around for a moment and we saw each other for a moment, but I just kept going. And then he turned around and he went back with her. And I was so upset. And I left town, like, I don't know, maybe a week or two later. I had already been planning, but like, I think when you're young and you're going to move like into a completely different territory, it's very like scary. And I mean, it's scary in general. Like moving from LA to Hawaii was really difficult for me also. But like at that young age, it was really like I knew nobody and I knew nothing, but that propelled me to really do it. And so I wrote something about it on Twitter, and then one of the responses, I was like, you know what? I'm grateful that happened, because if that wouldn't have happened, and let's say I would have gone on that date, I wouldn't have discovered that he was like that. I may have even like, he is a manipulator. So he may have like manipulated me to stay longer than I intended, or possibly never even leave. And who knows where my life would be. And I was not really at that particular time. Like right now, I'm very passionate about film. I'm very passionate about writing. And I knew that I had that in me, but it had been suppressed for so long that I don't think at that particular time in my life, I could have possibly never even opened that door to my creativity. And so I'm grateful that happened, even though at the time it was so painful and it was so hard. So that's my little, you know, story time about me, back history. And that's why I thought it would be a good topic. Like, you know, we all have those experiences with relationships, or just, you know, anything in our life where at the time it's like so hurtful and devastating. And yet in the end, you're like, I'm glad that happened. Like, I see why that happened. Like, Creator, you always have a plan. You always have a plan for us. Even through the pain, you know, we grow. So the end, my story. Scene.
Thank you for sharing. Did he ever reach out to you after that?
No. I was also friends with his really close friend, so I would get updates through him. And I was, you know, totally like nonchalantly trying to ask, like, so what's going on, you know? But no, I think I did see him one time at Fisherman's Wharf, which is like a tourist like attraction in San Francisco, because I was like, that's gotta be him. Like, that's like, like I saw him from a distance. He didn't see me, but I was like, I mean, everything that I saw about him was like, that's got to be him. That was years later, but other than that, no. And I'm, you know, I'm happy about that. That's fine.
No, yeah, those heartbreaks. Well, I'm happy you're in a better.
Uh-oh, Ava, I think you froze.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say that. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I was just gonna say that, like you said, things happen for a reason, you know, and you and there was a reason why you were there, and that he walked in with somebody else. So you know, before you even got into the relationship, that he wasn't a good individual to be with, anyways. So things happen for a reason, and now you're in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the best part. But I do think about, like, you know, what if, and not in a positive way. Like, I know sometimes people are like, oh, what if I would have, you know, and I don't really think about that often with any of the people that I've been with in the past. But in this particular case, I always, every single Valentine's Day, have like a momentary flashback.
Yeah, that's so weird how it's every single Valentine's Day. I wonder. I'm trying to like give you good energy, so maybe one Valentine's Day you just won't think about it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think in the beginning when I thought about it, it was like, you know, but now it's kind of like, I don't know, like a little smile on my face, because I think of that woman back then, me, and I was strong enough to leave, but you know that story about the scorpion and the frog, where the scorpion wants to go across the lake, and the frog asks the frog for a ride on his back, and the frog's like, no, because you're gonna sting me. And then the scorpion's like, no, I won't. But then they cross, and then the scorpion does sting him after they get to the other side. And the frog's like, why? You promised me. And he's like, hey, you knew I was a scorpion. That's what I do. Like, I knew he was bad news from the beginning. Like, he had a reputation of being this particular way because he was handsome. He came from a really wealthy family. Like, all of the things that he was really outgoing, like very personable, charming. So I knew that, like, going in, but I still, you know, played with fire. So
just jump right in.
Yeah. Get on my back. I'll give you a ride across the river.
Yeah, I know I've been in similar situations, like a similar kind of relationship like that, and like kind of like that toxic energy, and kind of like it's passion, it's drama, it's fun, but at the same time there's like this other end where it's not fun, and it's not passionate at all. It's like, I had to get out of this. So I'm glad, like, you found that strength to stand up for yourself and just say, like, nope, and just leave. Because there are moments, that you do feel weak, and you're just like, oh, what if maybe there's something wrong, or maybe that was really his just friend. But yeah, I'm glad that leads into you creating those boundaries and setting up your relationships for now,
Yeah, totally. I probably would have, I probably could have done all those things that you just said, like, oh, they're just friends. I probably would have, fallen into that, but thank God I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I've fallen into it. I'm like, oh, that's just a friend. And it absolutely wasn't.
I'm actually really, that was a good response, Teeny. I'm always like, it's over, just get over it. But we can't do that, and we can't say that to people, because like I've told Jen about other things that I have feelings about, like I can't get over it. You get over it when you get over it, but these are my own feelings, and I just need time to process it. So I'm really glad that what you said, Teeny, was like a good response, because it takes time, and hopefully too in the future, I hope one day that one Valentine's Day that you won't think about that?
Totally.
What did you do for Valentine's Day this year?
I see in the comments. For me or Jen?
Both of y'all.
You go ahead, April.
Okay, go ahead, Jen. Okay. All right. I am in the here in the Snow Mountain Paiute area, which is northern Las Vegas, and I'm here right now with my daughter and our family, her husband, and my 2 grandchildren. So we are quarantining in the house still, and one thing that we did was we had a crab boil for dinner. We were able to give the kids some chocolates and some gifts, and then we had a crab boil and worked and just stayed in the house. But it was really good to be around family. Your turn. The end. Jen.
Oh, me? I thought you were asking Teeny. Okay,
Yeah,
me.
Well, whoever.
I'll go really quick. What did we do? We had a really good so we're very food based here in this home. And also really into like exploring and finding like new recipes and things to make. So Glenn purchased we got some ribs, and he also purchased like these big prawns that I had never cooked before, so I had to look up a recipe. So we had ribs, we had prawns. He had the night before Valentine's Day. I absolutely love flowers. Like flowers are my thing. So it was kind of like Pretty Woman, where Richard Gere like drives up with the flowers. So he drove up to our house with this music blasting, enough to make me go like, what is going on outside? And I walked out, and he was standing there, and he had a dozen roses, and it was very like, oh, that's really sweet. Now turn off the music because everybody's looking at us, like all our neighbors. But yeah, so he got some roses, so we had those out on the table. I think in the earlier part of the day we went to the beach. So we just hung out at the beach with our dog Coco, and then we had a really good dinner. Yeah, it was a very calm, like relaxing Valentine's Day. It was great. Like I said, things are really like stable now, and that's good. So it was a beautiful day. Your turn, Teen.
Yeah, I'll share. Yeah, Valentine's Day. I feel like a lot of things flood my mind. I love Valentine's Day. I love the love. I think when I was single, I used to love just buying all the candy for myself and then just eating it. I remember one Valentine's Day, like I took my niece and my nephew and my nephew's mom to go like doing golf and stuff and everything. So I love Valentine's Day. But then I also had like a really bad relationship, and they really made Valentine's Day disgusting. Like just gave me like an Amazon gift card, like, oh, that like a $25 one, like not even covering shipping, like a $25 gift card is like a happy Valentine's Day. And so this year, like, and now, fast forward now, I'm so happy that Matt's looking at me right now too. That I'm with Matt, and he's so sweet, just so handsome, and just so respectful. And this Valentine's Day, I'm kind of a little bit more low key. It's so interesting, I think, because I'm so like feeling protected in the relationship and feeling so solid in it, where it's just like I just want to spend time with you. So this year we made bison burgers, and we also had some veggies, some chocolate covered strawberries, a little bit of champagne for dinner, and he bought me flowers. So just low key. He also had a project due that day, so it was kind of nice because we had our dinner. But it was just nice to knowing that I was in a very comfortable relationship where I didn't have to maximize it all to feel comfortable or solidify in that relationship. But it was cute. We cook now, so I really wanted to cook together on Valentine's Day because I heard that that's supposed to bring you closer together. Even though we argue sometimes, I'll be like, you just do it. Like it does bring us closer together while we're cooking those bison burgers.
How were those burgers? Were they like tough? I don't know. I think when I've had bison, but not. I've always had it like at a restaurant, not at. I purchased it and then made something.
Nah, it was okay. It wasn't tough at all. It was really good. Costco. So we went to Costco and went to go buy the meat. But yeah, it was good. We had my chocolate covered strawberries. We ate them all in bed.
Yum. That's cool.
Jen has a story on strawberries.
What, the TikTok thing? Is that what you're talking about?
No, your story. Oh, your
Oh,
traditional story.
The traditional story. Yes. I don't think I remember it as clearly right now. I'm feeling like I might make a mistake. So can we save that for another day?
No, I'm just saying. I didn't expect you to do it. I'm just saying you have a story on traditional strawberry, like a creation story on traditional strawberries, but maybe that can be the next one when we do storytelling.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is that I liked what you said, Justine, about feeling like you're in a stable relationship. So like time is like the most important thing. And I totally agree with you. Like, I think when I was younger or just like in my past, like Valentine's Day was a little more elevated. Like it was more about an event or something like that. And now it is a holiday, but it's also like, it's just another day. But we do little things to make it special. It's not like I don't know how else to say it other than an event. Like it's just, I like that.
Yeah. You know what? One Valentine's weekend, I think it was, that I really like is when y'all put on the Sweetheart Run. That was so cute.
Yeah, I totally remember that. That popped up on my timeline. Also, the Sweetheart Run at Griffith Park, and then the time AICC volunteered at the marathon on Valentine's Day. That was that popped up on my timeline too, and that was very memorable. Like being out there together, cheering on all the marathoners in our matching shirts and everything, and just like that was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good Valentine's.
We have so many great memories. Yay, we have great memories. I know that I like how you said also, Teeny, about a stable relationship or being protected or feeling protected. And I know as we grow older, we don't need all of those friends, or we don't need all of those people. And toxic too. I know a lot of the times there's energies out or toxic individuals that you might be in your family or might be, a friend. But for me, I'm like, I don't want any toxicity in my life. So I just keep a distance and do what I got to do because I want my bubble to be happy. And
I also think when it comes to Valentine's Day, I spent a really long time, like a decade or, plus of my life being single and feeling like pressure from the outside world, like commercialism about Valentine's Day, and just learning to be in a space while I was single that when Valentine's Day came, I would not run and hide, but just okay, this is time to be good to myself, do something that makes me happy. And back, pre-pandemic, something that I really love to do is I love to go to the movies by myself. I absolutely love it. sneak in the food that I want to eat, and I watch what I want to watch. I sit where I want to sit. Like, yeah, so that was like something that I would usually do for myself. Is I would go see a movie or maybe two. Or do something, you know, special for myself that made me happy on Valentine's Day.
That's such an inspiration because I'm very much well, I don't know. I am not able to go to the movies by myself. I always say that my twin sister, I've been born with somebody. So I always feel like a need to be around somebody or have somebody with me. So it's always been scary for me to go to the movies by myself. But that is a goal of mine to do. Um, I just, I just, I don't right now, like in this space, I don't think I could do it. But one of my daughter was telling me that here in Las Vegas, you can rent out a movie theater for $100. So maybe if I rented it out and just went by myself, then that would be a different thing. But I would
That's
have my
cool.
family too.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I feel like with like doing things by myself, like it's a little bit, I do have a little hesitancy to eat at a restaurant by myself. I can do it. I've done it. But if I had to choose between the two, like going to a movie is like so easy. Like it's my favorite thing to do. But I do have those challenges of like, there are other things that like, I don't know, that I don't like to do by myself. Another thing I love to do by myself is I love to go to like Target by myself or Ross or Marshalls, or because I feel like when I go with another person, well, in this particular case, I'm talking about Glenn, but I feel like it's like you're on the clock, like, come on, we got to get going, even if we have nothing else to do. And I want to be able to just like stroll and roam. And I think the only other person that I would want to go to Target with would be Lily, my goddaughter, because she loves Target too. In fact, the last time, like not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, we went to Target together. Oh my gosh, we spent like hours in there just walking around and looking at stuff, and like she's my kind of you know, Target wing woman. Like that's what I like to do.
That's cool. I can shop by myself. I can eat at a restaurant. I didn't used to be able to eat at a restaurant, but I can eat at a restaurant by myself. I just need to get over the hump of going to the movies by myself. But you gave me inspiration, so thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, hopefully one day we'll all be able to get back out there to the movie theater. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I've never been to the movies by myself either. That's always been a goal. Wait, no, I lied. I did once in Denver. I always forget that point when I did, and I went to go see, what is it, the Wilderness People, or the
What was it about?
those are the boy. I think he was like in. I don't know if he was a foster child or something, but he ran away. Let me see.
Foster child ran away.
Oh, wait, no. I know I have to get it because Jen's gonna be like, "What is that movie?"
I know. Already, I'm all, boy ran away. Like, you know me in movies. My brain.
Oh, I am completely off. Hunt for the Wilder People or Wilder People.
Oh, I never saw that. I don't even know what that movie is. Who's in it?
It is directed by Taki Waititi. Is that
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a kind of, I don't know, I just saw it and it looked funny and I just went by myself and it was a little small theater, nice. I got my popcorn. I felt like everyone was judging me when I went, but obviously no one was probably judging me at all. Like, just those stuff you make up in your head, you know? Like, oh my gosh, people probably think I have no friends or why is she here by herself? But, you know, pushing all that pressure aside, I think it ended up being really a fun time by myself. And like, just enjoying it too. Like, you don't have to talk about if you want to share popcorn, that popcorn's for yourself.
Yeah. I like that too.
But yeah, being single, I think during that time I was really single or just like kind of dating, it really empowered me just to do things on my own. And I love Bridesmaid, the movie, because the mom was like, well, I go everywhere by myself. And that's something that we kind of caught on to. Me and my mom will say, like, well, I do everything by myself. I do everything by myself. And that's, something that, I've really learned when I was single during that time, those few years.
Yeah. Well, I
like
think
the
that.
comment.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I'll read the comment. So Ed said, Valentine's, rather single or a couple. It's time to celebrate romantic love, friendship, and admiration. Self-love is very important. Yes, it is. I absolutely agree with that. And it took me, for me, myself, it took me a while to, even to this day, practice self-love every single day, whether it's 5 minutes, 2 minutes. At the very end of the day, I think self-love is very important. And sometimes I feel like, I don't know if it's society, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure where you have to please a lot of people, not put yourself first. And it's crazy how people sometimes associate self-love and boundaries as being selfish.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
I agree too.
I heard this quote the
think
other day,
self-care-
or I heard somebody somewhere on social media. I saw, it's not your job to like me, it's my job to like me. And I was like, oh yeah, I totally, yeah, I feel that. I get that. That's like, I guess it was something along the, like, 'cause this person went on into like a little bit of a rant about like, I don't care if you don't like me. It's me. I have to like me. And I think, especially as Native, like Indigenous women, we're so community oriented, and women in general, we're just so like wanting to be nurturers and take care of people and help people, especially like in this particular conversation, the three of us, all of us are like community based. We all do things for our community. And it can be really easy to slip into the like, you first, me last. And so we have to really fight for it to like make ourselves a priority, take care of ourselves.
How do you do that? How can I hear how you make yourself a priority?
Well, for me, I think over the years I've learned what what makes me happy. So whether it's like just drinking a cup of coffee or watching a show, or more recently, something that I've discovered that helps me to relax and just take a me moment is I play this this home decorating game on my phone. But I like it. Like, I really enjoy it. Like, it makes me happy. So when it's time for me to relax, or if I've been like working for a long time and I just need to chill, I'll do something to make me happy, knowing that if I do this particular thing, it's always like brought me joy. So I want to do that. And I guess it just depends on like what it is that I'm feeling that will make me do the next thing. For instance, like if I'm frustrated and I'm angry, then maybe I will go for a run or for a walk. Yeah, it's more like a jog, because nowadays my knee is like not that great, so can't really run, but I do love to like go for like a brisk walk, knowing that being outside, being in nature, that's gonna like calm me down. If I just want to like, chill and forget about things, I'll play that game. It just depends. But like, I've just paid attention to like what makes me happy, and to notice when I'm unhappy, when I'm stressed, when I'm frustrated, when I'm feeling those things. I think the old me would just continue, like drive through, like just keep going and like hope that this feeling passes. And that doesn't work for me. So I need to do something that I know is going to divert my attention so that I can feel better. And, like I said, that could be a walk. It could be, doing some yoga, some meditation, playing a video game, like whatever it is, but do that. So that's how I've learned to do it. And it's taken a while to get to that point for me. How about you, ladies?
I know. Go ahead, Teeny.
Okay. How we just practice self-love, is that it? Yeah, right. A lot of things flex in my head. I think about a time like a few years ago when I was getting out of a very toxic relationship, and I was like, okay, I need self-love. And so I thought, quote unquote, it's been a journey of figuring out what self-love means to me and how I want to practice it. And at first, I think I would interpret ways on social media self-love. So like the first thing was like CrossFit, like, and nutrition, like that's a way of self-love. Of course it is. But I realized like after participating in CrossFit and doing like nutrition and losing a lot of weight, like I still wasn't happy. Like I was at a good place, but I wasn't happy. So like mentally I was like, what, how am I still feeling so sad? Like, with these, even though I've like lift weights and everything. And then I was like, okay, I need to practice more self-love. So I went to therapy to kind of unpack a lot of things. So for me, therapy is one way I have really put a lot of work in to practice self-love and to recognize when I am feeling overwhelmed, to recognize when I'm feeling angry, to recognize my emotions. And once I recognize those, like, I guess, uncomfortable emotions, I kind of stop, evaluate the situation, either walk away, either put on makeup, or watch YouTube TVs, or put on music really loud. My favorite thing right now that I didn't know I really enjoy, but I enjoy now, is walking my dog and singing really loud. And I don't like not caring who like is also walking around. So I'll be walking, I'm like, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights, and like just like dancing with Minnie too. And I never really like, I would be embarrassed for that, but now I don't even care because like it'll help me de-stress throughout my work day. So I just go for a walk and I'll scream, like I'll be yelling at the top of my lungs, and people probably think I'm crazy, but it's just one way to get the energy out.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And I can totally see you walking around and singing. I don't even know if I could do that. But that's awesome.
Yeah, that was very inspired by.
Try it.
Yeah, it was inspired by this girl who actually walks around my block just like dancing and like singing. And I was like, I wonder how that feels, like, and it feels really good. So now I understand why she does it. So now we'll probably pass each other all dancing and singing.
Oh, she started a trend.
That's so
Maybe
awesome.
I'll try that
I think I'm going to do that. Yes, let's me and you both try it. I like that we have some people watching on Twitch, and that'll go into my what I want to say is that I heard you say that you like to listen to music. I like to listen to music too. And there's this, I don't know if you guys are familiar with a platform called Twitch. There's new, I don't know how new it is, but it's new to me. And there's like a lot of different DJs on there, DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Angie V. There's a lot of different DJs on there that I watch. DJ VTech from Las Vegas. And they stream and they play music and they interact with like the comments and stuff. And I like that there's somebody watching on Twitch. So thank you, Lazy Cola 15. She says sometimes it's just making yourself indulge in something to distract your brain from having useless thoughts. And I really like that. Yeah, I like watching Twitch because there's music on there and you can just dance in the house. And when I'm when I'm washing dishes or when I'm straightening up or when I have it playing in the background. Even when I'm just doing work, I have it playing in the background because I love music so much. And then if my grandchildren hear it, my granddaughter, her name is Delilah, but we call her Sissy. Sissy's all, dance, grandma, dance, dance, dance. So I'm like dancing and I'll be like, dance, Sissy, dance. And she'll just like be hopping around. And those are just times that we share together that the music just takes away those useless, you know. And I just love Twitch. So thank you, Lazy Cola, and also thank you, um, Call Me Brewski, for watching on Twitch. But those are some ways that I like to de-stress. I also have felt a lot of the times when I am stressed, my shoulders, I feel like they're up to my ears. And I'm like, just have this stress in my back, and I just want to like, yesterday, I had the opportunity to train 2 tribal nations in a program or curriculum called Positive Indian Parenting. It was a 3-day training of 8 hours, and we did it on 3 consecutive Fridays. And although I've trained this material to parents um, several times, like 9 times, I always get this sense of stress because of all of this work that it takes to run it. And I just yesterday at the end of the training, when we were done, and me and my team, which included Jennifer, me and my team finished the last Google survey. After it was done, I could just feel like my shoulders just relax, and I was like, oh my god. But then too, my back was hurting from sitting from so long, my eyes was hurting from watching the screen so long, and I just wanted to lay down and go to sleep. And I just sometimes know, like when I'm stressed out, I just feel my shoulders. So that's what I want to say. I just want to say thank you guys for being here with me today and having this chit chat. That's it. The end.
The end altogether, the end, because I know we're almost, I mean,
La.
it doesn't even seem like it's been almost an hour, but it has. Like the time, we have 2 hours, 2 minutes. Peace out. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, so we're on for another hour is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have much more to talk about.
Yeah, it was 12 to 2. But we can end early if you want. I mean, we can also interact with the people that are watching and invite them to join us.
I did want to give a shout out to somebody I saw on Facebook. And now I can't find her comment, but it was Kendra. There it is. Kendra Valdez. I don't know if you guys know who she is, so I'm the only one who's really excited. But
I'm excited about it too.
Oh, okay, sorry. So Kendra, who I haven't seen in for like years, she wrote, "Thanks for this. It's so nice to see and hear from you, beautiful ladies. I miss you." Oh, there it is. So yeah, I haven't seen her in so long, and I think about her every now and then because she had an event at her house where there was some jewelry, and I bought a pair of earrings. And every now and then, you know, I see those earrings, and whenever I see the earrings, I always think of her. And about like, and then sometimes another really interesting thing about that is I remember when her daughter, I ran into her at Indian Day at in the park at Griffith Park. So one year, like many, this is way before then, at least 10 years ago, if not more. I ran into her at Indian Day, and her daughter was a toddler, and we were just sitting there chit-chatting, catching up. And then her daughter came up and then sign language to her that she was cold and that she wanted her sweater. And I just thought that was so amazing that, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the statistic that children are able to communicate with us, but they may not have the language to speak to us, but they can understand sign language. So although her child was not able to speak yet, her daughter was still able to communicate to her mom, like, "I'm cold, please give me my sweater." And I just thought that was amazing. So Those are the two, like, whenever I think of you, Kendra, those are the two things that pop out in my mind.
Was that Baby Einstein that people would do the? It's funny because I know my auntie wanted my niece to learn Baby Einstein, right? So she was on eBay and she placed all these bets on Baby Einstein, and she ended up winning all of them. And she's like, "No, I don't even do this." But that's my story about Baby Einstein. Yours is very beautiful, more than mine.
You're just making me laugh, though. Oh my God, how many things did she have? What did she do with them?
I don't remember, but I just remember she's like, I played so many bets on different Baby Einsteins, and I won all of them. Like, my score's gonna go low because I'm not gonna follow through with all of them.
Oh my gosh, that's a nightmare right there.
I have the opportunity to know Kendra very well. And I love Kendra. She was one of my first supervisors. She actually hired me at UAII for the position.
Wow.
For the position that I held for like almost 13, 14 years. But Kendra hired me as a care coordinator back like 4 years ago. So she was such a positive supervisor. She was such a individual who supported me. She was such an individual who nurtured me to like be the best person that I can be. And even when I didn't have the opportunity, or not the opportunity, even when I was getting along with somebody that I knew very, very well, I was just like, I don't understand why we can't get along, or not get along or agree on a situation. And we had weekly supervision. And one of the things that she told me is like, she listened to the problem and she was like, are you willing to talk to her about how you feel? And I was like, she goes, because if you can't, I will, but I want to try to have you talk to her first. And just being able to listen and support me and encourage me to communicate the problem with the individual, it so helped because I did then go to the person and I was like, these are the issues that I have. How can we resolve it? And it was as simple as that. She was, oh my God, so loving, so caring, such an inspiration in my career, such an inspiration I'm getting teary eyes, such an inspiration to me to be the best person that I can be and help a community. I love Kendra. And now that she's here, I just want to say thank you. Pilamayaye. Thank you so much, Kendra, for loving me when I didn't know how to love myself, or help me be the best person I can be in a professional setting. I was even late to my job interview with her. And she called me and she was like, are you okay? We have a job interview like at 12 o'clock. It's 12, I don't know, 12:15. And I was like, I'm lost. I can't find the place. And she's all like, where are you? It'll be okay. Even before I was even hired, she was like helping me through. And when I got there after, I was just like, I felt so relieved to have her on my side, even before she even hired me. So thank you, Kendra, very much for being a part of my life.
Oh, I love that story. And I'm so glad that you were hired there, because I feel like that was when I worked there and was able to really work with you. And that's amazing. I didn't know that she was the one that hired you. Thank you for sharing that story. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was a great time. We have a comment from Lazy Cola. Fun question. Something you guys would do if you weren't afraid of it.
I like that. It reminds me of this coffee cup that I did not purchase, but I took a picture of, and it said, what would you do if you knew you wouldn't fail? And For me, I don't really know the answer to that question because I feel like I'm in a space now where I'm kind of like doing it. Of course, mine, for those that are watching and don't know me, I'm a filmmaker and I have made a variety of short films. And I'm wanting to this year move into the world of feature films. And I write scripts and then I direct them. And so right now I'm in the process of putting together my next project. So I think for me, it would be something around that, but I'm not really quite sure. Like I have to think about it for a second. What would I do? I know, like for instance, I had to ask. The film that I'm working on right now is about MMIW, missing and murdered Indigenous women. And I'm very passionate about having to have the characters, the 4 women that are in my script, and it takes place on a reservation. I want them to be Indigenous. So I emailed 3 women that I know here on the island and asked them if they'd participate. And I was, thankfully they said yes. But I remember, and I don't know if I see it says Lene's here. She's one of the women that I asked, Dr. Lene Lawrence. But before I hit send on that email, I mean, what would you do if you weren't afraid? I was terrified. Here's my sage back here. I like burned some sage over the computer. I was like, please, it was like a really, really difficult for me to ask that. But thankfully, they were like, yes, oh my gosh, we want to be a part of it. So I don't know. I feel like I'm learning to cross those bridges. I totally love the question. I got to think about it more. So whoever wants to jump in, please. Let me put my thinking cap on.
The first thing that came to my mind, I was thinking about it last night, and it was funny because Matt plays Call of Duty now, right? And I'm like, oh man, I want to play. I wish I could play, and everything looks so cool. And he's like, oh, do you want to play? And I was like, oh no, because I'm afraid of having to start from the bottom and getting killed right away and not lasting. But that was just something little that kind of came up. But I didn't realize that I was afraid. I was afraid to learn something new, that hand-eye coordination and everything. I knew that it was going to take time for me to learn that process. And it's just something I just don't want to commit to. But that's something very little that that talks about that. Something I'm afraid. But when I think about this, in a bigger level and in the grand scheme of things, I think about one thing I, would do if I wasn't afraid is being my true authentic self in every single spaces. I think there are different spaces where I hold back on things or where I don't vocalize myself. So if I wasn't afraid of that, if people won't accept me as my true authentic self, I think that's something that I wish I can practice a lot more.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead, Jeannie. I know you're going to say something else.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I like that too. I like being able to be our authentic self because I know that I'm not always my authentic self. I was just telling April this the other day. I was like, on the outside, I was all, okay. But on the inside, I was like, all angry. And not that it's appropriate to be like that, but I know that I do struggle with putting on this mask of everything's fine. It's going to be, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But inside, I'm, livid about whatever it is. So, and I don't know how to find the balance in between there, but I would like to be more authentic. That's awesome. I like that idea.
I totally love that idea. I mean, I like you, Jen. I try to be authentic in every format, but I think that I have like I can be authentic in my inner circle. I have some individuals surround me and love me, and I can be my authentic self with them. But it just like the world outside of my bubble is, I've been talked about, I've been lied about, I've been, talked down about from people that I thought were my friends, and people that I thought that I could trust, and I can't be. And I don't necessarily know if it's coming from who it's coming from, but I have an idea, and I can't be around toxicity, So how am I going to be my true authentic self if in the back of my mind I'm thinking like, well, if I talk about other people, then why am I going to tell you my problems when I know you will go out there and talk about my problems to other people? So, I mean, I want to be my true authentic self in every nature, and I try to be my true authentic. I just need to protect myself, and I'm not going to put everything out there, because I just want to be able to know that who I'm talking to um, is authentic as well, is going to take what I have to say and keep it to them, and not to the whole world. So I love that saying. And one of the things that I would say is, for me, being afraid of it is going to the movies. Like that is one thing that I would love to do if I wasn't afraid of it, is go to the movies by myself. That's it. The end. La la la.
And you would see a rom-com.
Yes, I love rom-coms. And I didn't know what that was before Jen told me, but it's a romantic comedy. 50 First Dates is one of my favorite movies.
Oh my gosh, that was on the other day. We watched it. We hadn't seen it in so long. And it was weird watching it because we were here in Hawaii.
That's cool. My
Yeah.
favorite rom-com is Crazy Stupid Love. I love that movie.
Oh, that's a good one. And Ryan, not Reynolds, the other Ryan.
Gosling.
Yeah, he's in that too. I wanted to mention on Facebook that Carol Lloyd, she writes, "Hey ladies, good to hear your voices." Oh, there you go. I'm afraid of everything. So literally for me, these small things like dancing in the arena, in regalia, or starting a small business or a talk group, I'm afraid of everything. Yeah, I hear you. I'm afraid of everything too, but I think when we start small, then like that helps us. Like I remember actually one of our listeners, her sister, Emily, her sister Sarah, I remember I completed my first short film, and I was having lunch with Sarah and I played it for her on my phone. And she's like, "Okay, so now what? Like, what are you going to do with this film?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I could enter it into this one, like, native film festival." I don't know why I was so, like, I don't know, other than, like, pussyfooting around. Like, I was just like, "I don't know what I'm going to do." And she, like, had the best reaction. She was like, "What are you doing here having lunch with me? You need to, like, turn that in and submit it right now." And, like, she really, like, lit a fire under me. And I was like, you're right. You're right. Like, I don't know, because I was afraid. I was like, I had 1,000 excuses why I shouldn't submit the film. I mean, they were like every excuse that she was saying, she was just like, really? Like, really? That's your excuse right there? That's what you're going to tell me? I was like, oh my gosh. It was funny too, because, I've known the Emily and Sarah and Jessica since they were all young. And so to have like the shoe on the other foot where she was like, "I don't even know why we're having lunch. Like, you need to go do this right now." And I was like, okay, I will. So that was like my first, I guess, a step into the world of film festivals. And that, just like I said, like sending that email, like I was terrified. I was like smudging. I was like so scared to ask these women that I know that are my friends, like, will you be a part of this project? So I hear you. Like, I'm terrified too. But I think the big key is like, okay, feel the fear and just do it anyways. Like, just take that step. And if it fails, then like don't let that be a thing that stops you forever. Just reevaluate and then like just take a different approach. And it's really easy to say that right now, like in this, in my room and everything's all nice and safe. But when you're going through it, I think that's the part where you have to like remember those things to just keep going. Because otherwise, I mean, there's so many things I would have turned back on. I mean, what if Sarah would have been all, yeah, maybe you don't, like if she would have listened to all my excuses, she's like, well, then, maybe you don't need to send it out. Thank God she wasn't like that. She was like, get out of here and go do it right now.
I appreciate that story and appreciate you sharing, and I appreciate Cara also talking about that fear. I think for me, and when I think of fear, and sometimes I appear fearless, but one of the biggest fears I do have is, and I've mentioned this to April and Jen so many times, is doing an event or a project for our community and it being a fail and it not being what the community wanted it to be, or if I offended someone. And that's one of my biggest fears after kind of any event or even something like this. Like I get scared about like someone's, talked to someone told my uncle, like Justine was on the talk show and she said this and it wasn't appropriate or something like that. And that's one of like my biggest fears, is getting a phone call and saying that I offended someone in the community because of this. And that's, one thing I just wanted to share. That's one of my biggest fears. And I'm being more vocal about it just so people can know that I'm afraid of doing things.
Totally. And I could totally imagine someone calling your uncle being like, what did Teeny say? Or you need to talk to her. But I
when
think
you're talking about your uncle,
yeah.
are you meaning Willie?
Yeah. Everyone knows Willie. Yeah. Talking about, maybe someone calling Willie, or maybe someone telling y'all, what I did, or, that's one of my biggest fears. And that's something I probably have to overcome myself.
I think that a part of that also is like, because you're mentioning our community, and as a I think like the script that I wrote and the project that I'm working on, that was like, it is also in the back of my mind. I'm concerned about how it's going to be received, because it's such a serious topic. And I did have to consult with some people and talk to them about like, what do you think about this idea? And thankfully, the one woman that I did talk to, she talked to some other people that are in the field, that are in that realm of MMIW, and they all were like, it sounds great, just be careful. And I have also, just like April said, I've been victim of being like canceled or whatever, where people were upset. And I think, there's that picture, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, where there's like a young, like on one side, there's like a young wolf. It's a cartoon, and he's shot by one arrow and he's like crying and he's like kind of like cowering down. And then on the other side, there's a picture of an older, like tougher wolf, and he has like 10 arrows in him, and he's kind of like giving this look of like, get over it. Like when you're new and you're young, like one little arrow is going to hurt you. But the more you keep doing it, and you're going to keep getting shot, like you're going to, it's like, it's just a part of it. Then like you'll be able to face like 10 arrows. And I think the key for me is knowing that my inner circle, the people that I love and I trust and know that are on my side no matter what, that gives me the strength to to move forward, to take that leap, because I know that they they have your back, and they have my back. And that's like, I think for the longest time I didn't either realize that, or maybe I didn't even have people, like the right people in my inner circle.
Mhm.
But now I know that, and I appreciate that.
Mhm. You made me laugh when you used the analogy of arrows. I picture myself like trying to dodge them. No, don't get me. Like, but I'm sure I'll get hit with the arrow soon.
There's another comment from Songtree Payochi. You three ladies are amazing. I love you plowing through all the barriers and being creative and trying different communication tools. So if you don't know, I talked about being a twin earlier and always having somebody. Songchi Payochi is actually my twin sister. And she is one of the individuals that always pushes me. Like I'll tell her an idea and she's like, you need to write it down. You need to write it down. You're going to forget it. This is so awesome. And I'm like, she's one too that also said when I first, during COVID or when it first started, as a small business, as an entrepreneur, I have my business called AC and Associates. I had these contracts to go and do different workshops at a location, and when COVID happened, that all got canceled. But one of the things that my sister Songtree said was like, you need to step up and do something on the web, do something on the internet. So one of my first things that I did was last April 1st was Census Day. And it was COVID, and it was a time and a space where April 1st was the start of like quarantine. And Eric Sanchez had asked me to be a part of this big community event that he was going to do in the San Fernando Valley. And that all got canceled. And I was like, man, we're going through a hard time right now. We just need like a lot of prayer. We just need a lot of energy to get through and get through this. So I was like, we need like jingle dress dance. And on April 1st, I like called all these people and I was telling Eric I have this idea. Let's just do something online. We'll have like some jingle dress dancers come out and we'll do a small event online. And from there, like it totally like took off to something else. And I was like, oh my God, I'm doing sister said that I should do. Like I'm going up one more step and doing what I have to do to get paid, because I don't have a 9 to 5. I don't have like a corporation or a boss. I'm my boss. So how am I going to get through this? And it was so successful. And I also was even able to partner with California Native Vote Project, Celestina, and all of those people at CMVP supported me, and it was just like really good. So I just want to say thank you to my sister Songtree for always believing me and pushing me to be the better individual. And now, like I was able, like I said, to do that positive Indian parenting class, or positive Indian parenting T for T, which means training for trainers. I did that and completed yesterday. We're doing this today. I think that Kara says a valid point. Like we're all scared. We're all scared to do stuff. We're all scared of the unknown. We're all scared of what might happen or what people might be thinking about. Like when I say that I'm scared to go to the movies, I definitely am scared that people will be judging me. But people judge me all the time. So why should going to the movies make that different? It's a scary for me, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to call you guys, be like, I just did it. But we'll wait until it ends, and then we'll go from there. But I just want to say thank you to Songtree. Thank you to my tutu for always supporting me. And tutu means older sister in our language. So, ta'a, thank you.
Aw, that's
La, la, la.
sweet. That's sweet. Oh, I was just looking about Pearl. Yeah. I'm so proud of Sarah also because she, as a Native woman, started her own business also, and she does eyelashes. And just a quick story about that. So she, like, I don't know how, but somehow she reached out to people saying, like, I started this business. Let me know if you want an appointment. And I said, yeah, sign me up. I'm coming. And I went and I didn't even know what I was getting into. I was just there to support her. And she was like, do you know what we're going to do today? And I was like, no, what are we doing? She's like, I'm going to put eyelashes on you, like those, the permanent ones. And I'm glad that I did, because that started like a habit. And I started going to her regularly. And I do miss that. I miss that part of, now with COVID, not being able to go get a lot of just, external things that I absolutely loved, not being able to do that. But I always look forward to being able to go to Sarah and get my eyelashes done, because it was not only like nice to get to feel self-care, but also like to catch up and see what's going on in her life. So that was nice.
I want to go to Jessica because I know Jessica has like a facial thing, and I want to try it, but I'm scared.
Yeah, she's I don't know. I went to her one time, and I think I left pretty much. I mean, moved. Maybe no, I've been to her more than once. I think I went to 2 different locations too, because I think she moved from one location to the other. But it was good stuff. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm over here. When I first moved here, I found one person that I liked for eyebrow threading, and then we had the lockdown. So I still got to start searching out and finding people, but not till we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Not till the panty's over.
That's what they say on Twitter.
Oh, I like this. Yes. How hard you get hit and keep moving. Yeah, it's important to keep moving.
Rocky is actually one of my favorite movies. Surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah. All of them, not the newer ones.
All of them?
Huh?
Have you seen all of them?
Yeah. I don't think I saw Creed though, but I heard it was really good. I need to watch it, but I've seen a lot of them. Yeah. I like this question. If you saw that, if you had a superpower, what would it be and why? So when that first question came up, I don't know if everyone knows, but like I know everyone Jen knows, but I love lifting weights. So if I had a superpower, I would lift a lot of weights. And it's pretty easy, but yeah, that's all.
What's the current weight that you lift, like the heaviest, I guess?
For like the heaviest is like I guess back squats. I'm out of plates, so like I can't really see my 1 rep max because I need plates. So if anyone wants to donate plates to me, please let me know, because they're expensive still. Like during this pandemic, it's hard to find like workout equipment, especially those plates. But for my back squat, it's like at 210 right now, I think. But for clean and jerks, it's 155. My goal is 200. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I'm slowly chipping away at it.
That is so cool. I can't even do a pull-up.
Pull-ups are hard. I can't do a pull-up. I'm like halfway there, and then Matt's all, you can do it. I'm like, no, I can't.
We got a pull-up bar for Christmas, and I just like hang on it, and I use it mostly to stretch my back, or I can do like 3 or 4, lift my knees to my chest, like to work my stomach. But I mean, I can't even I'm not there yet on the pull-up, but I mean, it's my goal. What about you, April?
When I was little, I always had these dreams, and I can vividly remember them. When I was scared of something, I would run, and I would run really fast, and then I would end up flying. So I think that that would be my superpower, is to not necessarily run away from something that scared me, or something that I was running from, but maybe running to, or just being able to fly, running fast and being able to run and then take off. That's it. That would be my superpower. And I think just being like an eagle, or being able to fly without the fear of falling, but being able to fly on my own, I think it's like a life analogy.
Hmm.
That's what I was
And
thinking.
huh?
No, I was just thinking that is a life analogy too. I feel like.
What about
I
you?
I know I'm thinking, well, my first instinct was to say to fly, but I think what I really want is to be able to teleport, like just like think of something and then like be there. That would be amazing. So not only like there wouldn't be any traffic, but just like even overseas, so I could go see my grandson Tristan, or friends like you guys, or my father, or my mother. Just being able to like snap your fingers and you're there. That would be awesome. I guess that superpower would be teleporting. Um, I can't think of anything else. I mean, the only thing that I could think of would be flying. Like I said, that would be great. Um, I want to one day hang glide. So going back to that question about what would you do, I think I would like to hang glide, but I don't know if I'll ever realistically do it, because I am really scared and afraid of heights. But I would like to possibly try it. I don't know. It's like something I see and I'm like, oh, one day I want to do that. But then if you actually get me there and like start putting on the equipment and all that, I don't know if I'd actually be able to do it. I remember one year at UAII summer camp, um, I we were doing zip lines, and I caused this huge backup because I wouldn't jump off of the platform
Oh
to go
no.
on the zip line. And they had to send somebody up to like talk to me, and like the kids, right? The kids were like, just go, jump, because they have no fear. And I was like, I couldn't do it, but I wanted to do it so badly, and I saw everybody else do it, but for some reason it was so hard for me to just like jump off of the platform. And this one guy, he got up there and he was like, okay, Jennifer, what's going on here? What's the problem? I was like, I'm gonna do it, just give me a minute. And he's like, we gave you like 10 minutes. Like, and I was like, okay, I'm going. And then I ended up going and I did it, and it wasn't that bad. But I remember like it was really difficult for me because it was so high up. So I am afraid of heights.
What about that one where you sit in a seat over the ocean, or if you're on a boat and then they go and then you lift up and you're sitting there? Would you try that?
Yeah, I've actually done
Maybe
that,
that's a
paragliding. Yeah, I've done that, and that was, I don't know why that one seemed okay. Maybe because you're tethered to the boat, so like you're I don't know. It feels like if you fall or if you go down, like at least you're okay. But the when you're free out there, I don't know, it seems really scary to me. Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen those people that jump off of mountains or whatever, and they don't have anything on. It's like their suit. They're like squirrels. I don't know what that's called, but like I would never ever do that. I would rather do a parachute, or like I said, hang glide. But I don't know how those people do it. Like that's crazy to me. But I guess that's the closest to flying that there is. I like that question though.
Yeah, thank you, Call Me Brewski, and thank you for watching on Twitch. So, what's happening in the world of each of you guys?
I'll let
I
Teeny
know
go
Jen's
first.
doing it MMIW. Okay.
Nothing. Nothing really. I made a sandwich this morning. But like in general, overall, just working at California Develop Project. I've been on a huge learning curve with like learning how to like community organize and what is organizing mean to me, the different like frameworks of organizing. So it's been a lot of growth at California Develop Project, and I didn't realize this before, but as you know, I've been in close proximities of like Native organizations, but I've never worked for a Native organization before. So this is kind of my first time being in a Native org with on like Native staff and everything, and I really enjoy that feeling and being in that space. But I'm really learning community organizing, what that means to me, and my role in that. So that's kind of just me and the different projects at California Devote Project. And I like personally, I think I just literally with the pandemic, I've been inside all day. Like my house is my office space, my laundromat, my gym, my kitchen. Like so we don't go out. So I literally stay here probably a lot until Matt gets home sometimes, and we'll probably go to Target or something. But I think my dad, he was over a couple of days ago, and he was like, "Don't you get bored here?" Yes, I do. But it's been really hard to kind of get adjusted to the pandemic and that routine because I was so used to commuting. I would commute a lot, and so not driving has been nice, but also I realized how much I appreciated driving at the podcast time and reflection time. I'm still working out right now, with my Olympic lifts. It's for that it was hard, like personally as I'm growing, just because I work out by myself other than Matt, but Matt doesn't do Olympic lifts, so it's been hard for me to motivate myself to actually work out. So I kind of took like a week off, and it's been challenging. I had to tell my coach, like, no, I don't, it's been really difficult. So it became more of a chore to work out instead of enjoying it. But other than that, just drinking my coffee, trying to get stronger. Got contacts. I don't have them on today, and then after this, since I did my makeup, I told Matt we have to go do a photo shoot. So new photos coming soon.
Yes.
And makeup, right? Aren't you into like learning about makeup now?
Yeah. So when we talk about, what something you're afraid of that, you want to do, me is get to know TikTok more. Like I want to make TikTok videos and everything. I'm scared to post a TikTok video. But yeah, I've been like looking at a lot of TikToks on how to do makeup, learning how to do eyeshadow and everything. So it's a new hobby that I'm picking up on during the pandemic, as Nicole Byer says.
That's awesome. Well, you look great, by the way. You look beautiful. So you inspire me the next time we do one of these. Well, I wanted to get up early. I did get up early. I just didn't allot enough time. Like now my hair is almost dried, but I didn't allot enough time to like get ready. Like, so next time. What about you, April? What about you? What's going on in your world?
Let's see. Where do I start? We'll start with this. So I do an online event, and I know your faces are covered, but I'm just going to put it out there. I do an online event with an organization in the San Fernando Valley called Pacu Cultural Community Services. And we do twice a month online events. And this is called Pacu Wellness Hour. It's on Wednesdays, and our next event is actually next week. It's February 24th, 2021, and it's from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can watch it live on Facebook through Paku Cultural Services or powwows.com. And you can also watch it on YouTube and through my business YouTube, which is AC and Associates. So what we do there is we actually talk about different things from wellness to self-care and home care. And for this particular one, we are actually going to talk about home care. So what we're going to be doing is providing different not resources, but recipes on how we can take care of ourselves and home. And for me, it's actually just being able to um, do something where I'm at home and we can utilize different things at home. So on Wednesday, I'm actually going to have a lip scrub that I'm going to do online. And I've been watching Dr. Oz a lot during the day. So something that Dr. Oz does. So if you want to join us, feel free. You'll need a couple of things like coconut oil and sugar, and also a towel, a bucket, and water. So basically, what we're doing is we are um, we are doing wellness. So we have fun doing it as well. We give away items, and we give away gift cards, $25 gift cards to Amazon, Walmart, Target. And yeah, that's one of the things that I'm doing. So that I'm doing. And then let's see, what else am I doing? I think that's the main thing right now. That's the main thing I want to talk about. Maybe I'll have to talk about. But it's the end of February. So going into March, I'm looking for a lot more things to do.
Nice. I'm always appreciative of your events. I always register with the possibility of winning one of those gift cards. So that's my favorite part of it. Is possibly winning a gift card. And I have in the past Amazon. I know that was like a good one that we got. Target, of course. Walmart. I think we've won 2 Walmart gift cards. So yeah, I'll be registering for that one.
And they actually also send them electronically. So wherever you are in the world, our finance department sends it to you electronically to the email that you register with. So in the comments, I'm going to actually just put the registration link. So if anybody wants to join us on Wednesday, we would love to have you.
Awesome. I'm thinking about me and what's going on in my world. I think I've shared kind of like about, well, I guess I'll let Justine talked about TikTok. So it took me a while. I was on TikTok. I was on there for a while before I actually made my own video. And I've made like little videos here and there, mostly like about Coco, my new puppy. So we got a puppy for Christmas, and she is a handful. I had another dog, Roxy. I had her for 16 years, and she was like completely a part of my family, a part of the community, like everybody knew her. And so losing her was very, very difficult. We lost her in actually May 5th, 2020. It was Cinco de Mayo, I remember. And it was really hard. But I, it was hard on me. It was hard on Glenn. She made it here to Hawaii, so that's good. And we buried her in our backyard. So we will eventually create like a garden where we created her. We kind of like spaced it out so we could have a garden for her in memory of her. But as time went on, especially during the pandemic and not being able to like really socialize outside of our house, we thought it was time to get another dog. So we signed up for Oahu Humane Society for their update, and they let us know like when new dogs are available. So I'd get these emails, I'd just be scrolling, and we knew that we wanted a small dog. We didn't want a large dog. And that was really all that we wanted the dog to be young. We didn't want older dog. So eventually we found one. And so we were able to get her just a few days before Christmas, and that was great. And that's Coco. Although she is a handful, we absolutely love her. She's full of energy, and we have to take her out and let her run like off leash, just crazy, like zoomy run, like all over the place, at least once a day. If we don't, which we haven't now 3 days since we've had her, she's just like full of energy throughout the house. So that's something that's going on in my life right now. And then also, I'm involved with this organization here, ONO, Oahu Native Nations Organization. So we're meeting pretty regularly over Zoom during the pandemic. And then we stopped, I think, mid-November-ish for like the holidays. So we're having our first meeting tomorrow on Zoom again. And it'll be great because I haven't like seen these people's faces in a while, other than like on social media and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to like reconnecting to all the wonderful people of Ono. When I first moved here, I was very fortunate to get connected to the woman I was talking about before, Dr. Lene Lawrence. And she really welcomed me to the island, and she invited me right away to an event that was happening for Native Hawaiians, a Remembrance Day. And so I really didn't know anybody, and I had to go by myself because Glenn was at work. And it was my first time actually like meeting her in person. And, she really, I felt like was, like a mama bear. She took me in. I was a stray animal. She took me in and she introduced me to people. And at that point, the pandemic hadn't really been a part of our world yet. So we were meeting, and I'm really thankful that I was able to actually meet these people in person, the people of ONO, Oahu Native Nations Organization. But then, of course, the pandemic happened, so we weren't able to meet anymore. So I'm really looking forward to that tomorrow. And we do have a Facebook page. So if you just look up ONO or ONO 808, which is the area code here, or Oahu Native Nations Organization, you can find us on Facebook. We just had a virtual round dance yesterday, and that was awesome. We were in our car jamming out, like listening to the music. I loved it. And then I talked about film, so that's going on. But going back to TikTok, this is what I wanted to say. So I decided to kind of like document the process of I entered this pitch contest, which is through HFC, Hawaiian Filmmakers Collective. And they offered, like, they do a pitch where they give you funding, and they do it 3 times a year. So I went as a participant, I just went to the first one as an audience member to my first one, not the first one. They've been doing this for a while. But I participated as an audience member, and you get to vote if you're a member of HFC. So I went and I watched, and I was like, I want to do that too, but I don't have anything to pitch. Like I'm not prepared. So this time around, they let us know we're going to do another one in January. So I started thinking about it, and then I went to the orientation and I learned all about it. And so I decided like I'm doing it. I was fortunate because I had participated in their Screenwriters Intensive, which was a program where we met once a week virtually, and we all completed a full feature-length screenplay. And mine was the one I was talking about, MMIW. So I had a project, and I knew that I wanted to either create what's called a sizzle reel or a proof of concept, which is like a scene from my film. So I narrowed it down to this particular scene that I wanted, and I did all my homework. I had participated also in this other organization here, Creative Lab Hawaii. They had a program called Indigenous Storytellers. So through that program, I got some really, really great coaching on pitching. And Lucas Brown Eyes was one of our coaches. He's amazing when it comes to pitching. Kelly Linda Angelo, she was a coach. So I had like all these great coaches. And one in particular, Kelly, she gave me very specific things on what to do, like how to make my pitch better than what it was, like how to improve it. So I took all of her notes, and I practiced, and I went on TikTok, and I was like, okay, TikTok, I'm gonna enter this contest, and I'm gonna put it out there that I win, and I'm gonna take you on this journey with me. So I started making these TikTok videos. So I made 4 altogether. And then of course the last one is I won the contest. So that one was like, it's funny to me because I was so like, I had been working on this for so long to get this pitch ready that when it happened and they announced, I was just so like overwhelmed. I just had like tears coming down. Like if I wasn't on camera, I probably would have done an ugly cry. But because like, you know, you're on camera, and there was, I think 33 people all together that were on that Zoom, I was like, hold it together, hold it together. Going back to, again, being your authentic self, I was not being authentic. I was like, yay, I'm so glad I won. I even did like this little gesture, like, yay, I'm glad. But I just had tears coming down. I was so happy. So that's one thing that's going on. I have recorded myself more since then, but I have not had the time, or have not made the time to edit and put more videos out on TikTok. So I'm in the 3rd week of pre-production right now. I'm very fortunate. The woman that I wanted to be my producer, she's the first one that came into my head. She actually emailed me. And so she's my producer. She's helping to put a team together. She's very experienced. She knows a lot of people. So she's suggesting people to get involved. And yeah, so like that's what's going on right now. Maybe today or tomorrow I'll actually sit down and like edit those videos for TikTok, which I think the one thing about TikTok, you know, it's only like 1 minute or 2 minutes. Like it's gotta be quick. So, but I did put them all together, and I managed to be able to put them all together and put them on Instagram. So people on Instagram were able to see, that don't have a TikTok, were able to see like my little journey. But yeah, that's what's going on with me currently.
I don't have TikTok, and I'm scared to get it. I've been warned, and I know that if I do get TikTok, it's all bad. So I want to encourage both of you to continue to do TikToks if you haven't already, Teeny, and send it to me so I can share it with the world, or just share it with me because I don't have TikTok. But I know you're going to do it. I know you can do it. So maybe you can do like a pre-photo shoot when you're on your way to do your photo shoot today. A TikTok video. I don't even know what TikTok's about, but
I was just saying, I'm looking at your TikTok right now, Jen. shout out Native Muse. So if anyone wants to add her, but I love your earrings and the one where I think the one that you won.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, that's my friend Jennifer, who's actually going to be in the short film. Jennifer Tucker, she's an amazing beater. Oh my gosh, her earrings are so awesome. And there's Willie. Yeah. So funny thing about those earrings, really quick. She put them on Instagram and I was like, I want those earrings. Like I really, really want those earrings. And then we we had a pop-up market for I forget what the holiday we had. There was a reason why we did it, but we had a pop-up in downtown Honolulu, and she was there and she was selling her earrings. And I told Glenn, I was like, if you're wondering what to get me for Christmas, you can go over there and there's a pair of earrings that I've really had my eye on. And he was like, okay. But I know him. And so I know he would probably just wander over there and just like pick any pair. So I had to like ensure that those are the earrings. So I went to Jennifer and I was like, hey, Glenn might come over here later. And if he does, these are the earrings that I want, So let him know, like, if he strays for any other earrings, let him know, like, I really saw Jennifer looking at these particular earrings. So sure enough, I was so blessed that that was my Christmas present. So yeah, they're amazing. And Jennifer Tucker, she is so talented. Her jewelry is like, it's amazing. So that's my first of probably, I'm going to be buying more from her. So thanks for mentioning those earrings. Yeah.
You have to send me her Instagram or her Facebook.
Yeah, let me look it up. I want to make sure that I'll give her a shout out, but I want to make sure that I know exactly which one it is. So let me find it for you.
Is she local? Is she a local?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
Hawaii.
Yeah, she's in Hawaii. I'm trying to remember what nation she is. Let me just look her up and I'll find out in a minute.
Okay. While you do that, I want to just say thank you to different individuals that were watching, and thank you to different individuals that checked in. I see Ed Duran Jr., who's actually my cousin in Downey. Be well, ladies, and all for sharing your stories. I hope more men sign in and learn something. Life isn't life unless we have women. God's plan. Yes. And another person, Willie, as we all know, Willie Sandoval, who's awesome, who's Teeny's uncle. Thank you for watching. We have Cheyenne Phoenix, who is watching as well. And she says, hi, ladies. You all look beautiful. Have a good day. Thank you for watching, Cheyenne. We also have Juan Sheila, jealous of him. Juan Sheila, and she's saying, hi, I'm coming on late, but I'm here, just done with tribal gatherings. So thank you all for checking in. One of the things, we have about 11 more minutes or 10 more minutes to go, but I'm going to go ahead and share Jen's, the person that she stated. Can you tell her name again, Jen?
Yeah, Jennifer Tucker, and Jennifer Tucker, and she is here local in Hawaii. I think she's Menominee, but I'm not 100% sure. She's an excellent beater, and she's also really into health and fitness. So Teeny, I think it would be like a really good fit for you to follow her because she's a former bodybuilder, and she's just like amazing. So she, her and her daughter are going to be a part of the cast for the short film I was talking about. And her daughter's also just, wonderful. There's a video of them where they're on her Instagram where she's, they're working out together, like boxing. And I was like, oh, I love that. Like, empowerment. And she also, with her husband, she owns a vegan restaurant here in Honolulu. So like she's an amazing person. So I say, yeah, give her a follow if you can. And I think, yeah, I'm not sure if she'll be able to join us tomorrow for Ono, the Oahu Native Nations meeting I was talking about virtually, because I remember like on Sundays they do something for their restaurant, but I have been in connection with her, and as far as like the production of the short film, so she's wonderful. She's got great energy, like one of those people like you ladies that when you're around them, it's like it fills you up, it doesn't drain you.
Wow, these are all some great things that we've talked about today. And the thing that we want to definitely, as we're coming to a close here, one of the watchers on Twitch, thank you for being here, Call Me Brewski, has asked a question, and I want to pose it to you all. A movie character you can relate yourself to.
Should we ask whoever's joining us? I want to ask too, whoever's joining us.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, whoever's joining us, like, or is watching, if they can write it into the comments too, that would be pretty neat to see.
Give an example. So, what can you give an example? And yeah, we do definitely want to interact with individuals that are watching. So please let us use the comments and a movie character you can relate yourself to.
Oh, I just thought of one. Okay. Because I was thinking like favorite movies, but a movie character, I would say it's way before your time, Teeny. But Melanie Griffith in Working Girl. There's a movie, it's called Working Girl with Harrison Ford. Absolutely love that movie. But it's about a woman who starts kind of like at the bottom as an assistant, like an executive assistant to Sigourney Weaver. And Sigourney Weaver is like this really like boss woman. She's like in charge and she's very sophisticated. She, wears all the right clothes and says all the right things. And she hires Melanie Griffith, and then like this whole thing happens. But the point is that I relate to Melanie Griffith's character and the journey that she went on. So that's one thing. That's someone that I can relate to. So thank you, Call Me Broski, for asking that question.
What about you, Teen?
Yeah, I don't think I'm as detailed as movies as Jen is. So like I suck at naming actors or actresses or characters and everything. But I think one that comes to my mind just recently is because I watched All the Boys. What is that one? See, I suck. So that one movie, All the Boys I Used to Love, or the like when she writes the love letters. Like I feel like I can relate to that character because like I said, like I really love Valentine's Day and everything. I just really love how she loves love. Like how much like she's going through that process of finding love and discovering love. And I feel like, I think that's why I really love those movies, because it is a process when you're going through love and finding that true love. So that's something I kind of relate to.
Is it To All the Boys I've Loved Before or something like that with Lana something?
I think so, but it's a Netflix movie. I'm sure April has seen it, right?
I can't. I'm not like Jen either, so I don't know.
That's why Jen answered this question right away. Like she got this.
There's so many characters that I want to relate to, but I can't even think of. The only character that I relate to is Drew Barrymore on 50 First Dates, because I'm very forgetful. That's it.
Ooh, then who's your Adam Sandler?
Oh, see, I got to think about it. I'm not even there yet. I got to think about it. But Kara says any of the moms in Bad Moms.
I like that show.
Ooh, and Willie says Rocky. Dun, 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 dun.
That song always hypes me
That's
up.
it.
That one and Eye of the Tiger.
Can you
I
sing it?
remember one year at the marathon, they had like a tunnel. It was sponsored by like, I don't know, Best Buy or something like that. But they had this tunnel that you would run through, and they had either Rocky or Eye of the Tiger or one of those songs like playing. And so like you'd run through it, and it's like it would give you, it's probably like around miles, I don't know, 20 or so. It just give you that like that extra push to like get to the finish line. So, and I never knew, Teeny, that was like your favorite movie.
Yeah.
I know you know what mine is, Star Wars. So
Awesome. All right. Thank you all.
yeah, this was fun, ladies. I really enjoyed it. Like 2 hours. When April, when you're all two, I was like 2 hour being not non-authentic in my head. I was like 2 hours. Oh my God. But here we are, and it went so quick.
Yeah.
My bad. But I just am thankful that you guys are here with me, that we continue to see our dreams come true. Because like I said in the beginning of this, we talked about doing this like last year, and with life happening and things happening, I'm really glad to see this come to flourishing and us doing it. We know that we definitely support each other. We're definitely there. Like I got this email last night and I had to talk to somebody, and I called Jen in Hawaii. I'm all like, can you talk? And she was like, I'm at dinner. But I still called her and I was like, oh my God, I got this email. I need to read it to you. And she was like, okay. And talking to her waitress, this is what I'll have. And she's all, okay. After I was able to express myself and let her know that email, she's like, oh, dinner, I gotta go because Glenn's just looking at me all freaked out. And I was like, okay, I just needed to like let it out. So thanks, girlies, for being a part of this. And thank you for always having a good time, um, having laughs. And next time, we definitely will invite a lot more people to join us. We'll put that link online, and you guys can come on and enjoy us. But look out for a flyer on the next date. We need to coordinate our schedules because we didn't know that this would be so successful. But thank you everybody that's watching Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. I just want to say ta'a pilamayaye, gracias et yehet. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know if you girls want to say anything.
No, just thank you. I had fun. Thanks for sharing your Valentine's Day story, Jen.
You're welcome. What does this say? We need to talk like this because many of us suffer different levels. Yes, I agree with what Willie's saying, who I know is now on TikTok also. I just followed him yesterday. So he's an up-and-coming native comedian. Yeah, thank you, April, for putting this together. I'm so glad this is the version of what we created. I know we talked about creating a podcast, and I'm still open to that, but I really absolutely love today. Thank you. Thank you for everyone that listened and that, participated, especially those people on Twitch. I'm not on Twitch, so maybe that's something that I got to look into. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. I'm just going to say we didn't open with prayer, but I definitely want to close with the prayer. So I'm going to put it out there, and I'll just close yeah. So Creator, we come to you today with open hearts and open minds, the blessings that you provide us on a minute, monthly, second basis, from the ability to walk, talk, be here today on this virtual live from all over the world, from Los Angeles, Long Beach to Hawaii to Las Vegas. Thank you for bringing us together to laugh, to talk, to be our authentic selves. Thank you for allowing us to have support and love. And until we meet again, thank you, and continue to watch over these great people online, and encourage them, support them, and give them the power to get over whatever it is that they may fear. Thank you. Oh, talk you say, amen. Ajona slay, Ajona slay, Ajona slay, Ajona slay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, ladies. Love you. I'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.